Right. So making TV advertising more relevant, that's what we are going to talk about in these interesting days. But first of all, setting the scene, I'm from Belgium. This is Belgium, maybe you heard about it. It's a small country. It's a 1 hour drive from here to the south. A 1 hour drive without traffic. It's not today, definitely not today. It's a small country, 11.4 million individuals. And since small is beautiful, we cut the market into two pieces, two separated pieces. We have a Flemish market in the north and a French-speaking market in the south. It's totally separated, so people from the north don't consume media from the south, people from the south don't consume media from the north. So that's our reality. We are only active, being SBS, in the north of Belgium, so in a market of 2.8 million households in total. So it's a densely populated region, so that gives the opportunity to have a wide spread of cable. Almost all households have technical penetration of cable, and the development of digital TV is really high. We are at 90% of all households. We started development in 2005, so this forms a good base for the development of addressable TV, of course. On the other hand, that makes the time-shifted viewing being really high in Belgium. In the north of Belgium, we are by average at 30% on the commercial target groups in time-shifted. And as you all know, when you talk about averages, it's always difficult or it's always dangerous. When you go to certain channels, certain time slots, it goes up to 50, 60, even 70, even higher in terms of time-shifted viewing. So it has a huge impact on the ad inventory. On the other side, you see the split of the digital TV operators. So it's a small country, we don't have many players. We have Telenet having 2/3 of the market, Telenet being part of Liberty Global, and that's important, Telenet is our shareholder, so that made it much more easy to develop addressable TV. Next to Telenet, you have Proximus having almost 30% of the market. Proximus is using IPTV, Telenet uses cable as a technology, and the others, yeah, it's not that important, 6%, it's mainly Orange. There's a TV landscape in the north of Belgium, or should I say that the video landscape. We have still a strong public broadcaster with almost 30% of market share. We are SBS, so we have 20% with our own channels, VF5 and ZES 4, 5 and 6. And we represent a number of beautiful channels, Discovery TLC as an external sales house, Nyam, that's a cooking channel, and Play Sports is sporting channel of Telenet. Then you have DPG, the biggest commercial player, having almost 40% of the market and owning, amongst others, the biggest commercial channel, which is VTM. And then you have Transfer, owned by Disney nowadays, with a number of smaller thematic channels, Viacom channels, the Fox channels, and so on. So that's the market, that's our scale we are working. And this is our channel. How do we keep our TV and video content appealing for the ad market in a world with decreasing linear TV viewing? So it's mostly the effect or the impact of the time-shifted viewing that puts pressure on the inventory. Cable cutting isn't a big issue in Belgium. Yeah, we have the new video entrance as well, but it's especially time-shifted viewing that puts pressure on the inventory, on the ad inventory. So we work quite a lot on diversification, so we still have the spot business being the most important one in terms of revenue in the total package. Next to that we have brand care, it's our non-spot solution. So it's becoming more important in terms of share because of the fact that it's less impacted by time-shifted viewing, that's obvious. Online video is important, we had an enormous growth in inventory over the last years. And with our own content combined with digital first content. It's really interesting because it attracts a very complementary profile to TV. There's just one issue, like it is in most of the countries. We don't have the currency that covers all video content, so it's difficult to sell it as being one inventory together with television. We have pause button advertising. It's something we launched with Telnet as well some years ago. It's not TV as we know it. It's something that is developed on the set-top boxes. When you watch our channels and you push the pause button on the remote, you get a billboard in front of your living room. It's a still, without sound, without movement. In fact, it's billboarding in the living room. So it creates additional revenue as well. And last but not least, we have SmartAd, our solution of addressable TV.
People love TV. It's by far the best way for advertisers to reach scale and build brand awareness. And yet, today, TV advertising just got better than ever. Welcome to the future with SBS Smart Ad. By combining the power of consumer data, set-top boxes, and premium SBS ad inventory, we guarantee to deliver the right ad to the right household. Whereas classic TV ads are aimed at a broad audience, addressable advertising is a form of TV advertising through which a TV spot is being shown only to the pre-selected target group. How does it work? When the commercial break starts, everyone gets to see the same TV commercial. After the first ads, however, a family with pets gets to see a commercial for pet care products, while a family with young children is served a commercial for toys. Afterward, the classic commercial break continues and everyone is shown the same ads. From now on, and thanks to Smart Ad, the advertiser can decide who is reached by his campaign and who isn't. The advertiser chooses his specific audience from our wide selection of attributes, or he can even target his own customer base. Addressable TV is the ultimate way to combine a broad reach with the precision of data. Outsmart with SBS Smart Ad.
So addressable TV, I think that you all know what it is. So we have it in the market for 2 years now. It's quite successful. So we have a technical penetration of 50% in the market using the Telenet footprint. So it's 1.3 million households that we serve today with addressable TV, and it was like that as from the start. And we are ready to launch. It will be in the upcoming weeks, months. We are finalizing the last technical tests. We will launch with Proximus as well, and as from the launch of Proximus, we will have access to 75% of all households available in our addressable TV offer. We will bring it as one inventory, as one product into the market, even though they use different technologies, cable and IPTV, but we'll use the same segments, the same kind of sales pitch. So 75% is quite high. I think it's one of the highest penetrations for addressable TV compared with all the other markets where addressable TV is active. These are the targeting segments. We have quite a lot of targeting segments, being first-party data of the telcos, third-party data combined with third-party data. This is what we have in the basic offer, but when you want to go more exotic, it's all possible as long as the data is available. I'm not going through the whole list, that's obvious I think, but one of the interesting things is what you see below, the data matching. So we can work with client lists. You can match a client list with the set-top boxes and deliver the campaign only on the existing client base, or just you can also exclude your existing clients and deliver the campaign only at non-clients of households of non-clients. These are the most used target segments overall over the 2 years that we're on the market. The most popular is purchase power. That's an obvious one. Age on the second place, and that means age, the presence of someone in a certain age group in the household, because we are still targeting on set-top boxes, so on households, not on individuals. And on the third place, location, and most of these segments are used in combinations with all the combinations you can imagine. So the major benefits after being 2 years in the market, we have just 3 benefits here on the slides. First of all, addressable TV combines the power of TV with the precision of data. That doesn't mean that it's all about conversion. Branding stays enormous at the level of branding, the level of importance of branding stays really important. 75% of all campaigns are still branding campaigns, without any call to action, without any purpose in terms of conversion. So even when data is involved, it doesn't mean that it's all branding. Branding stays important for television, as you all know. It doesn't mean that conversion doesn't work. We have some beautiful cases. This is the Samsung case. Samsung is one of our recurring clients. They use client lists. This is an example. I'm not going too far into the details, but the Galaxy S10 campaign that we had in June, some months ago. So they have a client base of buyers of older devices, older generation of smartphones, so they know that people are in the market to buy a new smartphone. So what they do, they use the client list, they match it with the set-top boxes, and they deliver the campaign only on those profiles that are in the market at that time, and it's combined with a closed loop reporting where they match the sales results together with the viewing data. And we have impressive results in conversion. Is the buy rate, the difference between the watches and the non-watches, 33%. That's an impressive result, and it's not a coincidence because it's a recurring client. They do this all the time, always with the same kind of results. So, and yeah, just to explain you a little bit more, but the non-watches are in the target group as well. So it's, I can explain it afterwards how it works, but yeah, it's a great result in terms of conversion. Secondly, with addressable TV, you can perfectly target light viewers. And that's an important one. That's how addressable TV works. So as soon as you have inventory and as soon as you have reach, you can deliver your campaign. And that's kind of a misunderstanding in the viewing behavior of light viewers. For example, upscale profile, they have the same daily reach as downscale profiles, but they watch less television in terms of minutes per day. But as soon as they watch, we can deliver the ads because we have enough inventory, so we shoot as soon as they come into the site. We don't kill our audience. It's maybe a bad example, but for the sake of the exercise, it's a good one. So as soon as there is reach, we generate contacts. We have some beautiful examples there below. We had some BMW campaigns for the 7 and the 8 and the X7 series, only branding again. We have Cowboy, maybe you don't know the brand, but check it out. It are cool e-bikes, electric bikes, targeted on an urban and upscale profile. We had ExxonMobil using addressable for corporate communication, and so on and so on. So it's a long list. And last but not least, maybe the most important message for the people of broadcasting companies or telcos, addressable TV generates new business. That's really an important one. There was the discussion we had up front. Will it kill our traditional business? No, not at all. We don't have cannibalization today. 50% of the advertisers are new to TV, so it's all additional money. And the other 50%, they are already on TV, but they use budgets that they used before in a more digital-like strategy. For example, the Samsung case that I showed, it's obvious a TV client, but what he's doing now in addressable TV is something he did before in digital. And to come back on the case, in terms of ROI, it's much more better doing addressable TV than, for example, social media or all the other touch points that Samsung uses in the mix. This is the list of all the clients we had, or most of the clients we had the last year. When we put them into the sectors, you see the obvious ones, maybe two that are important to mention. You see a long list at home improvement, and that's not a coincidence because we have as a targeting possibility the homeowner and the garden owner, and that combined with location makes beautiful use cases for a number of advertisers that never did television before. And something that came as a surprise also for me, we had quite a number of campaigns for recruitment. It was never done before on television, but we have now campaigns for companies that are looking for certain profiles in certain regions, and we deliver it with very good results, so they will come back without any doubt. So this was my story. I was the backup plan, so thank you for your attention.
Well, that looked like red pill stuff.